Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jordan Chen. I'm a registered dietitian at Manhattan Medical Group, and for this topic I wanted to talk about sodium-free flavoring when you're cooking, because a lot of times people add a lot of salt into their foods when they're cooking and they might not realize it. So I was going to go over some herbs and spices that you could use when you cook. So just to give a quick background on why it's important to watch sodium intakes is because sodium draws in fluid. So if you have any heart condition or you're trying to watch your blood pressure, the sodium that you consume will end up drawing more fluid in and increase your blood pressure. So that's why it's important to have like a lower sodium diet. And just to give a background, sodium, a lot of times people associate sodium and salt as the same thing, and it almost is, but think salt is sodium chloride. So they're almost used interchangeably, but you have to watch salt or sodium because they both are going to be drawing in fluid into your blood. So here is a visual of salt again. It is sodium plus chloride, so that is why oftentimes salt and sodium, those terms are used interchangeably. The general rule of thumb when thinking about sodium-free flavorings is that anything with the word salt in it is going to have a lot of sodium. Think of table salt, whether it's iodized salt or pink Himalayan salt, it's going to have the same amount of sodium, which is approximately 2,300 milligrams in 1 teaspoon. And that's like a whole day's worth of sodium you need in just 1 teaspoon of salt. But then also some other things that are going to have a lot of sodium would be other things that have the word salt in it. Onion salt, garlic salt, monosodium glutamate or MSG is another one. So these are all products that should like raise red flags if you're watching your sodium intakes of things that you should switch ingredients, or at least read food labels, watch portions, because they do have a lot of sodium in them. So here is just some examples of things in your pantry that might be sodium-free flavorings. Again, any type of herb or spice, thyme, basil, cinnamon, pepper. No salt is a really good substitution if you like that salt flavor. It's made with potassium chloride instead. And I also just wanted to lay out some other types of herb and spices that go with different protein or vegetarian dishes. You guys can take screenshots of these or pause them as needed, but most of the time it's just based on your preferences, so you can add or subtract whatever type of seasonings you'd like. Keep in mind if you're using fresh herbs and spices that usually you need 3 times as much as a dried herb or spice. Here are some other high sodium seasonings you might find in your cupboard. Obviously like rubs and table salt are some, but some other common names you might see would be MSG, sodium nitrate, which they used in preserving a lot of meat products, table salt, baking soda, and then other processed foods you might see sodium benzoate and sodium saccharin. So read the food labels and aim for low sodium products, which would be less than 140 milligrams per serving. So I hope you guys gained some good ideas for seasonings or herbs and spices to use the next time you cook. Just keep in mind, if you have a heart condition, again, staying below 1,500 milligrams is important of sodium a day. Or if you have no risk factors and you're younger, stay below that. 2,300 milligrams of sodium a day is a good amount to aim for. Hopefully you found this video informative. Please comment about any topics you want to learn about for nutrition, but I will see you guys next time.